I am Subham Pandey, and in this session, we are going to discuss a new topic that is on data types. So, let's begin the lecture. Data types. If I say you data types, then the question arises, what is data type? So, let's understand what is data type. If I write int a, means I am declaring a variable a, and the word int is going to tell me the type of this a, means whether this a is going to store the value which is number or character or decimal. So you can directly say that the words which are going to represent the type of variable is known as data type. Now see how many types of data types are there. So data types are divided into three parts, and they were further divided into several parts. The first one is primitive, and second one is derived, and third one is user defined. Primitive means ancient, in Hindi Purana, or basic. Okay, so these are the basic data types of C language: character, int, float. Double is a part of float data type, and void. Okay, double is written here by fault. Okay, so the basic data types are character, integer, float, and void. Now, what is meant by derived data type? Actually, derived means something which is taken from other things. Okay, so derived data types are derived from the primitive data types, and they are array, pointer, and function. We will study them in further upcoming videos. The third one is user defined data type. As its name clear, user defined means something which is defined by the user. Let us suppose you need a data type which is having a value integer, second value as a character, and third value as a float. So do you have any data type here? Till this, no. So user has to make his own data type using structure and union. These kinds of data types are known as user defined data types. Now let's discuss some more concepts on data types. So the first concept, see this table. Here I mentioned horse in short, int, and long. Why? Because they are related to each other. After that, float, double, and long double with the duck because they are related with each other. And then I mentioned character. Now see the size. Short is having the size for 2 bytes. Integer is having the size 4 bytes. Long is having the size 8 bytes. Float is having the size 4 byte. But in float you can uh, put 6 digits after the decimal. Okay. In double it is of 8 bytes and you can put 15 digits after decimal. In long double, it is of 10 byte and you can put 19 decimal places. And character is of 1 bytes. Now, answer my question. What is the size of integer data type? This is the most important question asked in MCQ. What is the size of integer data type? And you are provided with the option 2 bytes, 4 bytes, depends on compiler, and none of these. I hope you guessed the answer. No, it's not 4 byte. If these kinds of options are given, then you have to give preference to the depend on compiler. If this option is not mentioned, then you have to give the second preference to 2 byte. Okay? And if 2 byte and depend on compiler both are not in your MCQ option, then you are going to give the preference to the 4 bytes. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now discuss the concept of unsigned and signed. Now if it is said that unsigned integer or anything, unsigned float, unsigned long, anything is said, unsigned means only positive number including 0 are considered, and signed both positive, negative and 0, they all are considered. Okay, so this is the basic funda behind unsigned and signed. Now, what is the need of mentioning this size? Actually, by this size, you can find the range of these variables. Means how many numbers are going to be stored in long, int or short. Okay. Now I will teach you how to find the range of a variable. So let's find the range of short data type. So now move to the whiteboard and find it. So you see here I already written short is having size as 2 bytes, as you have seen in the previous slide. Now you know that 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, sorry, bits here. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So you can say that 2 bytes, this size of sort, is having 8 into 2, that is 16 bits. Now you have to do what? If you have to calculate the range. Okay, so range, the formula for range is equal to 2 to the power 2 into n. Okay, 2 to the power 2 into n, where n is the size of that data type. Okay, where n is the size of that data type. I hope that you able to understand it, where n is a size of that data type. Okay, so the formula is 2 to the power n. So if you put this on the formula, so it will be 2 to the power, okay, we have calculated the 2n, that is 16 bits. So I am going to place here 2 to the power 16. Okay, now what is its value? Let's calculate here. So 2 to the power 16 give you the answer as, sorry, 2 to the power 16 is going to give you answer as 65,536. Now you have to calculate the range for this short data type. Now this short data type is of two types. The first one is unsigned sort and the second one is signed sort. Okay, so for unsigned sort, so you know what is unsigned. So unsigned means only positive number including 0. So 0 is there. Out of 65,536, if 1 is excluded, then it is going to be 6,000, sorry, 6,500 and 65,535, sorry. Okay, 65,535 is going to be there left. Okay, so 0, the range of unsigned sort is 0 to 65,535, means from 0 till 65,535 numbers are stored in unsigned sort data type. If you are talking about short data type, sorry, signed sort data type. Okay, so if you are talking about signed sort data type, now here you can see that 0 is there. Signed means both negative and positive numbers are there, so 0 is there. Now if you divide this 65,536 by 2, so let's divide it, divided by 2. So what is the answer here? Actually 32,768. 32,768. So it is going to be start from minus, okay, minus 32,000, 32,768, 768. Okay, from minus minus 32,768. Okay, so here 0 is also included, and from 0 it is going to be increased till positive 32,767. Now I will tell you why 67 is there. Okay, so see here, minus 32,768, then 0, then plus 32,767 is because one 0 is excluded from here. That's why all the numbers from negative 32,768 till positive 32,767 are going to be stored in signed sort data type. So I hope it is clear to you that how to calculate the range of a data type. In the similar way, you can calculate the range for other data types. So hope that you have enjoyed this session. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.